Jerell's a really close friend of mine, and so I've seen the film from before he even knew what he was going to do until he started getting an idea of what he was doing and when he was creating the script. So I've seen it through its whole process up until this point. So I guess I would be a little biased to it because I since he is like my friend, he's like my brother, I'm very supportive of him and everything that he does, and I was always there for him. So I was always his little cheerleader on the sidelines. Well, at least like I guess, well, there's got to be something that's similar with me in 69 that like overlaps. Like every character you play is an extension of yourself, and I guess that is just my extreme bitchy side. I guess I consider myself a very happy person, you know, by nature. But I guess if you piss me off, you piss me off. But I guess that's where it can overlap. But I'm just never in that mindset or personality on an everyday basis. Maybe like on a very rare occasion, or if I'm really around the right person for that kind of atmosphere. But really, I saw it more as like just playing around with it, just like think of how mean you could be to somebody, or like how competitive you could be with a person that you feel shouldn't be where you are. And it's just, and I feel like when you play like those kinds of characters that not bad guy necessarily, but something very different from yourself is a lot of fun to play, because it's not what you always do and like always act like every day. So.
No, I'm very classically trained instructor. I have a very strong dance background.
Total lie.
Total lie, obviously. But then, you know, I see this individual coming in, and I'm like, no, this is not happening. So I test him, and you know, just I guess I have a lot of preconceived notions of what a dancer should look like.
Yeah.
And looking at him, he's like, no, that's not happening. And I am not letting that person into my studio. So I am going to do my best to get rid of him. And honestly, it worked out so well.
No, you know, we always are talking about stereotypes for Asians and stuff like that, but this is a different kind of stereotype, like for a dancer, right?
Yeah,
so it's sort of, which is kind of fun because it's like he can work it, and then improve everybody.
There's a lot I could do with that. That's what I love about Jerell, is that he just gives you free. He knows what he wants, but he gives you the freedom to kind of play around with it, and then I can come in and just go out and just have fun and just inhabit the character and just have blast doing it, you know. It's something so different from what I usually do, so I just found it such a challenge. So fun.
I don't know, my scene with Russell is just very like, you know,
serious,
but
it's funny.
It was funny, but I think for the crew, because I know from talking with the crew, where Jerell's telling me like after we shot and everything, like the crew would be on the sides trying not to laugh, and we're rolling sound, so like they can't, you know, they gotta hold it in, or like and other than that, it was just a lot of fun in general. I think the only thing that was like, okay, let's get through this, is like when Russell and I did that exterior shot when they were trying to make the decision about who to cast as the dancer, and it was cold. It was cold, and like originally Jerell didn't want us to have our jackets on. I'm like, early, so he's like, okay, just wear your jackets. I'm like, okay, cool. So we got through that quick, really good. So that's the only thing that sticks out of my mind from like the whole thing. Other than that,
the cold. That's not funny at all.
Me and Russell just dancing in between takes, like because we're in the dance and we're gonna dance. So it's just us playing around, being ourselves together. So.
I mean, it was this dialogue I had was just purely interesting, and just like Russell. The one thing about Russell, he played it straight, and then you know I'm going off on him, and even the dancers start laughing and all that. I'm just going off in this tangent and all that, and I see Jerell put his head down, and then you know everybody else put their head down, but. You know, I think it made it funny because I'm looking at Russell, and he's got such an innocent look looking at me.
He does.
When I'm just doing it, there's times where we just start laughing. Cause I mean, and then you know once the giggles start,
you can't
next
stop
day, it's over.
Yeah.